You guys imagine this. It's a cool fall night in the 80s and you're cruising a scenic road with your date pulling over for some alone time. Stars out, no one around, until someone makes sure you're never seen again. That's the nightmare of the Colonial Parkway Murders. 4 couples targeted in Virginia's historic triangle, 8 lives cut short. And what gets me decades later in 2025 with fresh breaks in the case, it's still mostly a mystery that chills to the bone. It's a story of lost love and lingering questions. So stick with me. We're diving into a case that's as heartbreaking as it is haunting. The Colonial Parkway is a postcard-perfect road, 23 miles weaving through Virginia's history from Jamestown to Williamsburg to Yorktown. By day, tourists soak in the colonial vibes. By night, it's lover's lane with secluded pull-offs and no street lights, perfect for stolen moments. But in the mid-'80s, those moments turned deadly. October 9th, 1986, the horror begins. Cathy Thomas, 27, a Naval Academy grad turned stockbroker, and Rebecca Becky Ann Dowski, 21, a William and Mary student, head out after a computer lab session. Cathy had faced a tough exit from the Navy, investigated for her sexuality in an era when that could end a career. Becky was a soccer star full of promise. They were a couple keeping it quiet in a world that wasn't ready. Last seen on campus, possibly grabbing food. A restaurant sighting near the Parkway's unconfirmed. October 12th, Rangers find Cathy's white Civic dangling off an embankment by the York River. Inside a gut punch, both strangled with plastic rope. Fibers tangled in Cathy's hair, throats cut deep. Cathy's hand bore defensive wounds. She fought like hell. A blood-stained church flyer, a Carly Simon album, and wallet sat untouched. The killer doused the car in diesel-scattered matches, but diesel doesn't burn easy. No robbery, no clear sexual assault. The car was pushed to fake an accident, but why the half-finished fire? Cathy's brother, Bill Thomas, became a tireless advocate vowing to find the truth. The nightmare continued. September 19, 1987. David Knobling, 20. A blue-collar guy from Hampton, and Robin Edwards, 14, a teen with a wild streak, crossed paths by chance. Robin had ditched a bad movie date, hitched a ride, and ended up with David cruising late. Monday, David Ford Ranger was found at Ragged Island Wildlife Refuge, 25 miles from the Parkway. Door open, radio blasting keys in accessory mode. Clothes inside suggested a swim, but it was 40 degrees, too cold. Robin's shoes linked to her missing report. Her mom tried reporting, but cops dismissed it as another runaway. Days later, their bodies washed up on the James River shore. Robin shot in the head pants, unbuttoned shirt, up signs of recent sex, possibly sodomy, though inconclusive. David shot in the shoulder and head tangled in roots. Autopsies found beans in their stomachs. A Taco Bell or Wendy's stop leads flooded in. David had a co-worker feud with death threats. A drug dealer missed her. Washington rejected by Robin, known for specific sexual patterns matching evidence. A witness against him died of an overdose, accident, or cover-up. Another suspect, a dishwasher near the scene, gave inconsistent stories, later died. The community spiraled. 2 double murders in a year, parents warned teens off late-night drives. The Parkway's romantic allure faded fast. April 9th, 1988. The pattern struck again. Richard Keith Call, 20, a computer geek from Gloucester, and Cassandra Lee Hailey, 18, a vibrant Riverside student, were out after a Newport News party. First date full of hope, last seen leaving at 1:30 a.m. Keith's red Toyota Celica turned up on a Parkway pull-off, keys in wallet and glasses inside. No struggle. Clothes folded neatly like they stepped out willingly. No bodies ever. Searches, divers, dogs, helicopters, found zilch. Joyce call. Keith's sister and Cassandra's mom held vigils, refusing to give up. A witness saw a man arguing with a couple that night, but the lead went nowhere. Keith's dad noted his son never left his glasses. Why abandon them? The absence gnawed. No closure, just questions. Then September 5th, 1989, Annamaria Phelps, 18. A free-spirited dreamer from Virginia Beach, and Daniel Lauer, 21, her brother-in-law, were driving back from a family visit. Daniel's gold Chevy Nova was found at an I-64 rest stop near the Parkway Keys, and Annamaria's purse inside. 6 weeks later, hunters found their bodies in woods off the interstate. Decomposed, stabbed multiple times, tossed like garbage. Annamaria feared the dark. Her mom said she'd never wander off alone. Daniel was just helping family planning his future. All cases shared eerie marks, cars staged, couples young, no robbery. But methods varied: strangling, shooting, stabbing. One killer sharpening their craft, or multiple hands. FBI linked them in 1990, but answers stayed out of reach. The historic triangle locked up at night. Couples shunned the parkway, haunted by whispers of a killer. The investigation was a slog, and it showed. FBI took charge, early profiling: a white male, 30s, 40s local, maybe with law enforcement ties. Cars accessed without force, screamed authority. Over 10,000 tips poured in: psychics, a suicidal ex-deputy, a park ranger who didn't pan out. Bill Thomas and Kristen Dilley launched Mind Over Murder podcast in 2021, giving families a megaphone. They dug up a 1986 lead, a waterman near the first scene linked to diesel fuel. January 2024 changed the game. Alan Wade Wilmer Sr., a fisherman dead since 2017, tied via DNA to Knobling Edwards, and a separate 1989 murder, Teresa Howell. His truck matched old witness sketches. He had a rap sheet for violence. But no DNA linked him to Thomas Dowski, Hailey, or Phelps Lauer. Was he the only killer in 2025? WTKR reported families like Bill Thomas meeting FBI, pushing for more DNA tests. March's Mind Over Murder episode marked 1 year since Wilmer's link, debating multiple killers. Strangling versus stabbing suggests different hands. April's homicide. Hunter episode dissected the staging cars, moved bodies, posed no fingerprints. Families like Joyce Call and Cassandra's mom keep the pressure on, but 3 cases stay cold. A 1987 suspect, a man seen with a police-style flashlight, resurfaced in discussions. Could the killer have posed as a cop? The frustrations palpable. 8 lives, 1 partial solve. This case haunts because it's unfinished. 8 souls half-answered. Books like A Special Kind of Evil by Blaine Pardo paint the terror. In 2025, Reddit threads buzz with theories, some tying Wilmer to other Virginia cold cases, others pointing to a second killer. Memorials at Parkway pull-offs honor the victims. Families' advocacy fuels cold case funding. It's not just history. It's a warning about trusting quiet nights. With DNA tech advancing, hope flickers, but shadows remain. So who stalked the Colonial Parkway Wilmers apiece, but the full picture's still dark? If this gripped you, hit like, share, comment your theories. Subscribe for more mysteries. Stay safe. Scenic roads hide secrets.